welcome back to my channel and a warm welcome on board to all the new subscribers. It's great to have you. So this particular video, it's actually a really long awaited video. I've always wanted to try out Copic markers. So I've been meaning to buy a box set of Copic markers for at least the last 3 years now. But as most of you guys may know, some of you may know this, that the markers aren't really the cheapest. And so I was searching online to see where I could get a really great bargain. So I end up going for the Copic markers. This is the skin tone set, and it came with 12 Copic markers on both, and you have different types of nibs and stuff, like a wedge and a pointed nib. So what made me want to try out these markers was that I saw a couple of artists online, some of my favorite artists, and they were using these markers to sketch people in public. So all their people sketching came out so great. Like one of the artists that used mostly markers in his work, his name is Will Terry. He also has a YouTube channel, and he generally sketches people in public, and then for his recording, he records what inspired him to sketch and how he used markers to sketch people, and it always looks brilliant. I mean, it's a lot easier using markers to sketch people in public than it is having to use a box of paint and then having to mix 2 to 3 colors to get the right skin tone and then having to change the mix in water. It's just so much. Although I've never actually tried using markers in public, I've always just done pen and pencil, but I think I may incorporate this into my routine. When I go out to paint people, I may incorporate using markers and see how I like that, because I really and truly love the way these artists who sketch people in their spare time and color them with markers. I love the way their work turn out. Anyway, so what you're watching here right now is my early attempt of using Copic markers. I do really love the way it came out, but it was really fun figuring out how it works. But oh, it was difficult initially. I had no idea how to blend the markers or lay the base colors down. The base color I use for the skin, I think it's E35. I'm so used to painting and mixing colors to get the correct skin tone that I want, so it's a little bit tricky wrapping my mind around. I don't need to mix colors at this time, I just need to put down one color shade. Yeah, so the first layer came out really streaky, but it's all good, you know. I don't think the streakiness had anything to do with the Copic markers because they were brand new. I managed to work around the streak anyway, and I managed to make it work the way I wanted to in the end. And I also used black color pencil for the hair, because I was like, oh, I don't know how to use it on the Copic markers for the hair, so I might as well use color pencil. And in the end, when the color pencil came out streaky because of my impatience, I decided to just fill it in with Pentel brush. But overall, it was really fun trying something new and stepping out of my comfort zone. I've often admired artists who lay a base color down in their work, like a flat color. Some artists whose work are like this, I think Mary Blair, her work is like that as well. She used flat colors and it's very beautiful. She works for Disney and she does color with, I think, Peter Pan. She colored a scene for Peter Pan from the movie, and she also did Alice in Wonderland, and she's done a lot more using flat colors, and I've always admired how artists are able to make their work look very beautiful without having to use much color. Another artist I really love is Pernell. I'm sure you've heard of her. She has an Instagram channel. I don't think she's on YouTube right now. And Anna Katish. She used gouache. I really love her work as well. Another thing I've noticed with these markers is that the Copic markers, they don't like this type of paper that I'm using. It's a cheap paper and it's not even a watercolor paper. because it bled so much through the paper. Like, I think next time when I'm gonna try out using Copic markers again, or do a video on using Copic markers, I'm gonna experiment. I want to know if I can mix and blend the markers with different mediums, so I'm gonna see how that turns out. But the next time I do Copic markers on paper, I'm either gonna use a thicker paper, or I am going to put a paper behind the paper I'm using the marker on so it doesn't bleed through. Well, anyway, there's nothing else I need to say on these markers, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, bye!